How are you all doing, Ralphy here? Ralphy Customs. Strange backdrop, not normal. There we go. We're still in the same place. Right. Quick one about digital angle finders from my friend Arco at Outlaw Edge. A couple of shop tips as well. And a little bit of this and that, what I've been up to. So it's vlog time. So we're looking at these. I didn't know these existed. A friend of mine, our Kev Branston, known him all my life. Look at them beauties, look. If you're going to cut a thread or drill an hole, it's always better with a bit of lube. Life goes better with lube. Anyway, he put me onto these. Fucking delight. They're a game changer. Game changer for lots and lots of reasons. If you're a fabricator, if you work on vehicles, if you bend metal or construct stuff, fucking get one of these. They're not expensive and it'll save you a world of fucking pain. Right, I'm going to try and explain what we use it for, so bear with. So here's a pile of bent metal and a needle file. I don't need that on there. You don't want that ended on poking out your wrist when you're bending metal, do you? Fuck that. So, pair of handlebars, just some bent shit, more bent stuff, odds and sods. The beauty of these little devices is they allow us to set the correct plane, if you like. If we're bending something on more than one plane, or even the same plane, look, let me show you. Let's get these out of the way. So, there you go, it's a U shape, right? Now, how can this help us? Well, when we do the very first bend, we set it on the bender. Right, on the tube bender. It's not a pipe bender, it's a tube bender. There is a difference. Set it to 0. And now we've got a reference point. So we make our first bend, hold on, bear with, like that. We've done a 90. Now we want to bend it further down. We want to make another 90 further along this one, but we want it to be parallel to this. So because look at this, where I've moved it. Because that's on 0, it's not at the minute, but you get my drift. Because that was set on 0 when we formed this first bend, we can place it on the tubing, on this tubing, this leg of tube, when we go to bend the second one, bear with, like that, yeah? And then when we form the second bend, round, we know that that U piece, they'll be parallel. The two rails, this rail, that rail, will be parallel. So that's one way that we can use it. Now, if we need to form a bend here, say, and we know that we need it to go up at a certain angle, I don't know if I can demonstrate it in this bender, bear with. So we need that, say, to bend up that way. We've got that 0 as a reference, and we can put our tube round, get set to bend, yeah, and then we can use this to set. See how they rotate? See, look, they kick up. We know that's about 30 degrees if I remember right. So I can do the first bend, mark the start, bend it. I know I'm on 0, and then I can cock the tube up in the bender, cock it up, there's my English coming out, to me 30 degrees, and that gets us there, yeah? Easy, get us out of the way. Show you another application. Get this bit of tube, it's quite useful this. Hold on, bear with. So, say we're fabricating a frame. We're doing a frame, right? Ignore the table. It's just there because I've not got a frame on the go. There's nothing on the go. could be a lorry back, could be a chassis, could be a bike frame, motorcycle frame, scooter, anything. We've got 2 rails, yeah, that we know we need to keep true. Now, if we're working on a truck, and this is a rail that we're fitting, and the truck doesn't sit level on the ground because the ground's not level, or we've got it jacked up, or some other shit, or we're doing the back of it at an incline, yeah, so we can set that angle finder at 0, or just take note of the angle and make a reference, write our shit down. When we put the next piece of tube in, we can replicate that. We can set it at the same angle or find 0 again, and we've got that. That's a really good method of keeping everything on the same plane, so it keeps everything nice and level. So put it on this, look, we'll set it to 0. This is actually level. I put a spirit level on it. So we can go up here. We've got a 90. I know that's dead square. That is now dead square to there for when I'm working on motorcycle frames. So we can use it as a setter upper, as an angle checker. The amount of uses are just limited by imagination, really. But this one for me, because I do mostly tube bending. Another one on a vehicle. Doesn't have to be a motorcycle. Can be a truck that you're working on. I'm going a bit fitzy. You get a datum point, find a brake rotor, magnetic, stick it on the brake rotor, set it as your 0, set it as your 90. Then you know that your rail's just running true. Or you can check the other side or the rear, or you can check your camber, you can check your towing, you can check your steering geometry just with this little thing. Amazing, isn't it? Like I say, you can use this to set your level, to find your angles. If you're working in a space, say, and you know that you've got a frame rail or a roll cage, perfect example, where you'll fit it into the car body and you'll have a rail that sits on the bottom, on the chassis or whatever, and then you start to come up, but then you'll need to get across because there's a A-pillar or something, you know, around the door frame. Imagine this your door frame, and you're building this as a roll cage. So you can literally put it on the car. So you place it on the car, see that that's 90 to the floor, and then place it on there, see that's maybe 45 to this 90, and then you can make a note of that, and you've got your angle, so you know where to bend that. Yeah, you've got the angle, you know how much to bend that. Obviously not where. That's a different thing. We're getting into cheap bars and calibrated test tubes. Not like they make babies in. So cheap bars and calibrated. It shows you for every 10 degrees how much tube you use for that diameter, whether it's 1 inch, 2 inch, blah blah blah. And this one's marked for your start point and then round to 90. So you know, if you've got to start to bend here and you want 45, you can place the two together and you can measure how much tube that you're going to need when you're doing the job. You can plan it out. But all with the aid of this little gizmo. Fucking brilliant, honestly. Save you fucking hours of fucking about, and when you're trying to line things up and you're pulling string tight and you're using a spirit level and you're eyeing across it and you're making sure that it's all spot on, this thing is like a sanity check. So we all have those jobs and it'll sit a little bit wrong on the floor. My own flooring is like fucking 70 years old. It was built in the war, in the Second World War, this building, believe it or not, for submarines, fucking submarines. I'm landlocked. In England, UK, if you got the furthest point from the sea and drew a circle around it, I'd be in that fucking circle. Anyway, it used to be a submarine base back in World War II. So this floor's all over the fucking shop. There's 3 big strips of concrete that make it up, and there's a couple of joins, and it's settled, and it's all gone here, there, and everywhere. It's hard to get a level off the ground. We all know that. When you're jacking vehicles up, so you put it on 4 stands, and you want to make sure that it's true. Normally you do it with a spirit level, and you'll jack it, and you'll shim it, and you'll pack it, and you'll get it, and you'll make that level. You'll find yourself a true all the way around, and you'll build from there. We've all done it. We've all knocked shims out, we've all dropped things and it's moved. Fuck that. this thing, this little gizmo, takes all that stress away. Bish, 0. Boosh, the other side, 0. Boosh, check that one. Is it 0? Is it cocked up? Is it fucking twisted? Is it a thing like this, that, or the other? It's all there. This thing tells you exactly where it's at, and then you can deal with that shit. Well, I hope I've explained that. Where is it? Here. To some degree, so that you can start to understand it. It is showing up on camera like it's turned on. Oh, it is. I'm shaking it about. Turn it off. I don't think it's got an auto off, but I'm not sure. Comes in a little leatherette case, so you don't have to have everything sticking to the fucking magnet in a fab shop like I've got my baggies, look, on my magnets there, look. Quick slurp, bear with. So, indispensable, great bit of kit. Magnetic angle finder. They're doing with the spirit leveling as well, but a tiny and such a tiny little bubble. You're better off with a digital readout. A little more on our Steve's lovely little Sportster. I'm worked up now. I'm just waiting to see what he's doing with the exhaust and chain tensioner. I made a battery box, put some stills up, and I can't fit it properly until I know what he's doing with his chain tensioner. Might be mounting a chain tensioner off this side or somewhere around there. So obviously, I put a bracket on, but I put a bracket on. But obviously I can't fit this because I don't fucking know how much room to allow for what's happening. Plenty big enough for his battery, that is. Keep his sandwiches in there as well if he's gone for a lithium. This arsene's all done. Made a nice little chock block for his caliper, rear caliper. I'm sure you saw that I machined. I hope you saw. If you follow me, you'll see that I machined these spacers and these wheel adjusters that he supplied. I had to bore them out. They were not right. We've got a chain guard to make. But as I say, I'm waiting to see what's happening with his chain tensioner. Quite apt. There's a droop that down there. But we made this box. And we finished the struts. So, all's well. And that shiny little sport, I really like that. It's just lovely, isn't it? I can't wait to get on with this 600. This is next. The poor Triumph, bless it. I did a video 6 months ago. If you go back down my feed where I started it, let's probably talk about seat. Oh, as you must. Triumph, not so sure. Really want to get it done, but this Suzuki's proper calling me. And I'm thinking we're going to do a nice little rigid, you know, corner. Can it? Okay, shop tip time. See these lines, these scribed lines, they're not by accident. I don't know if the camera will pick up that there's two there. See there's two lines? Yep. And what we've done there, we've checked steel square to see if it's square, see if it is square or if it's out. And now it's out. You can see where the lines, they start off as one and then they end up going off in the different directions because this is a bit out of square. So all you do, place it on a straight edge, a nice straight edge, yep. Scribe your line and then flip it. Scribe another line, see what the difference is, if there is a difference. Now, that's out of square. So you're thinking, well, it's fucked, it's no good as a square. That's not necessarily the case. Because what we do is we clamp it in a vise. I'm not shitting, I'm not making this up. Then we get a copper mallet or hide. That's knackered, I've got a replacement hide for it. Wish me luck changing that. And we give it a couple of taps. And we try it again. Or if it's gone the other way, we give it a couple of taps. And we try it again. And we calibrate it by tapping it. The thing that you need to bear in mind is that this is out of square because it's been dropped or it's been banged or something's happened to it to cause these to move. So we move them back. Nothing wrong with that. It's just common sense. And then we can do our test lines again. Go back to our test lines and see how true it is. So we save that. That's fucking square now. As square as I need it. Perfect. Oh. Well, we did it. I heard a strange noise then when I pressed record. We did it. It's in. It's got a bit of ragging around the top. The light of it is appalling. Look. But what I found is that actually it's cut itself off as it's gone in. So I'll clean that up. And we got it in. I use the oh, it's tired. It's hard to do with one hand. And it's just cosmetic, you know, there's no need to totally get all of that off. Although when they come new, they look like they were made there. So I don't know how they do it in the factory, but I use the official Thor number 3 fitting tool there. Just got it about right, and then placed it on the back of the trusty vise and give it a few little love taps into place. It's cut its way in nicely. I don't think that'll be coming out in the next 30 years. Should last as long as the last one, bless it. Also, this mushroom, while we're on tool time, welcome to tool time, friends. While we're on tool time, look at how the copper goes overuse. Look, this is I've got children younger than this, and I've had it from new, and I've done all this to it by hitting things. It starts off like that. Look how precious and they look, how far they stick out compared. Can you see the difference? But now it's mushroomed over. On a conventional hammer, you wouldn't get that. Back of a chisel you will, and the standard practice is to clean that shit off, because it's going to break and it's going to fly off, it's going to hit you in the face. But this is copper. It's 99.5% pure or something. So it's not going to fly off. It's soft. It's made to be soft, so that when you hit something, this gets damaged and not the something that you're hitting. Yeah. So I know it's sacrificial. The copper is supposed to fuck up and get knackered, but they reckon once it's got to this state, it'll last indefinitely, unless you really go crazy with it, because all you're doing now is moving it around, because it's pressed flat, it's squashed, it's as compressed as it's ever going to be, and it's mushroomed out and it's settled in shape, and that will definitely outlive me now, which is good for the hammer and not so fucking good for me, I guess, ain't it? Mallet, I should say. So there you go. I ain't got a clue if I got across. If I explained properly about that digital handle finder. Yeah, we'll see. See what you think of it. I'll add to this. This is going to be a bit of a rolling vlog. I'll do a bit more tomorrow. So when you watch this back after I've stitched it all together, it probably won't make a lot of fucking sense. But then, what's new? Let's carry on, eh? I'm very happy to say we're back on Mr. Odell's Triumph, which is looking a bit weird, like a stunt bike. But we've got the subframe off that we made. And I'm just trying to fit out his rear light cluster. This LED strip with all his lights in. We're going to have some indicators coming off it as well, I believe. Well, no, I'm just not 100% on the position. What's proving a pain in the arse is working out this seat lock. So we've managed to get the seat lock in place, and it'll mount the seat lovely, but we need it to release, obviously. And I'm looking at ways of using the existing ignition, using the existing keyed lock. I'm trying to drop it in somewhere. I've changed the cable over to this end, because this is different to standard, because the seat's different. That works a treat. But I need to put a stop on somehow and mount this somehow, and then I'm going to fill this all in. All of that is going to be covered, not full, but it's going to be covered. That's my next job. Once I work this seat out, or I might do the seat bit after, seat lock bit after. But I'll get a picture of it all together. I'll show a little clip of it all together once I've done a bit more on it. Okay, so I've made this block. I'm going to use it part of the original cable mechanism, the bit that holds it outer on the lock, on the seat lock mechanism. I'm going to use that because it's good enough for the original bike. It saves me making one, and it does it very well. I've had to make a little adapter block. I'll try and show you. There, it's not going to. There you go. And it's got 2 threaded mounting holes and 2 threaded holes that hold the bit of the mechanism. Now, what I've used to drill and tap is this. Again, the camera's not going to pick it up. But I bought these on a whim, thinking they're never going to be any good. And they are good. It's a combined drill and tap. So it's got a tapping size on, and then it's got a machine tap that follows it through. I'll just pause this and then I'll jump back on and do a bit, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm back. I'm struggling to frame it because if I have it where I want it, I'm going to cut my head off. I'm going to be talking to you like this. But I wanted you to see the device, and I've run out of bench room. If I move the tripod any further back, it'll be on the floor. So, bit of looby-dooby. Here we go. This is quite a thick stuff I'm using as well. So, straight in with the drill lock. In we go, nice and steady. And we're coming up to that tapping size now. Just checking this thing here well. So, brace yourselves. There we go. Onto the tap. Any minute now. Here we go, look. So, tap. Reverse it up. Ta-da! I thought that I'd use it once, break it, throw the whole set away. No, they've done well. That's what I've used to make that, and it saved loads of time, which is always a winner. Sorted. Someone was asking me about my tap wrenches. Now, I'm really sorry, I can't for the life of me fucking remember who it was. It's just gone. I've been checking my messages trying to find out. Here we go. Look, I'm looking through the camera and offering these up to you. This one is Eclipse. And I've had it forever. M5 to M12. So 3/16 to 1/2 inch in old money. Made in England. I've had it forever. This little one, oh, roll in, behave, is a recent acquisition, and I believe it's an Eclipse as well. It's nice, a Moore and Wright Sheffield. That's definitely older than the Eclipse, and obviously made for smaller taps, yeah? The one that I use most is on the bench, so hold on. The one I use most is this, and I've had this forever as well, and I can't for the life of me remember where I got it from. And it's unbranded. Oh no, we got, hold on. Whoa, no way. So it's got some maker's mark. Let's try and get a focus on that for you. It's not going to work, is it? But it's got a maker's mark on it. It looks like NX or something. Look there. So there you go. All the years I've owned this, I never saw that. Wow. It just shows, doesn't it? We look and never see. Yeah, I use this most of the time. It's got a lot of leverage though for the small taps. So I tend not to use it on the smaller ones. Back to reality. Your son's on crack. And your daughter's got nut stains on her back. Oh no, sorry, wrong fucking thing. Right, so we're making this out of bit of 18 gauge in old money. Same as the side pieces that we made. Woohoo. So we're going to plate this in, and it's fiddly to show you with one hand, but that's a bit kind of where it goes. Yeah, we use the old pipe handle, woohoo, and a little pan bender over there, and now we're just roughing that in. Oh wow, there you go, it's welded in. All shaped up and welded in. Another little job off the list. We've got the seat lock bracket, we've got the, there's a aluminium piece that fits in here with the tail light in, and off that comes a separate tail light, another tail light, number plate light, sorry, a number plate bracket. There are a couple of indicators to mount that are going to be here somewhere. I'm guessing I'll try it on the chassis very shortly. So the triumph's back together. Little LED strip under there, you can't really see it properly. It's all in place. Rear subframe's in place and it's all covered in now. I've just got some little indicators to mount here. And like I said earlier, or tried to say, but made a mess of saying it, is the tail light. I've done it again. Number plate bracket, a number plate, little number plate light. And then I don't think there's much on that. Same for this. Chain tensioner. Chain guard. Not sure what's happening with the chain tensioner. I don't know if you pit out, but it sounds wicked. Whoever it is, you're going to be disappointed, because I'm going to be leaving soon. See who that is. There you go, everyone. There's a couple of days of bits and bobs, another vlog. Vee Log out of the way. It's now the weekend, so we're done. Thank you for watching. Lots of love to you and yours. As usual, I will shout out Outlaw Edge, DG Retro, Millhouse Fabrication, our fucking Mike O'Knight, who's just launched his channel, and who the fuck is Wayne fucking Reynolds. Big love. See you soon.